What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, and today we wrap up the 90s era of Muppet films with 1999's Muppets From Space, starring Jeffrey Tambor, Pat Hingle, Rob Schneider, Andy McDowell, Steve Whitmire, Frank Oz, Dave Goelz, Jerry Nelson, Bill Beretta, Kevin Clash, Brian Henson, Peter Linz, F. Murray Abraham, David Arquette, Kathy Griffin, Hollywood Hogan, Ray Liotta, Joshua Jackson, and Katie Holmes. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. Like I said during the introduction, today we're going to wrap up the 90s era, the pre-Disney bought era of the Muppets with Muppets from Space. And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way here. This film is only slightly better than Muppet Treasure Island, but we'll save all that till the end. Let's get into it here, shall we? Our movie opens with Gonzo, who's always been identified as a whatever. But after having some disturbing dreams about abandonment and rejection, including one where he's denied entry to Noah's Ark, he begins to realize just how alone he truly is in the world. One day, Gonzo tells Kermit that he's getting tired of being referred to as a whatever. After an alien race appears to be trying to communicate with him via mysterious messages through his breakfast cereal, Gonzo realizes that he may not be alone after all. And later that evening, he climbs to the rooftop to watch the sky as his cereal instructed him to. Suddenly, Gonzo is struck by a bolt of lightning, which allows him to communicate with a pair of cosmic fish who reveal to him his origins as an alien from outer space. Unable to convince Kermit and the rest of his friends of the alien's existence, Gonzo is lured by Agent Barker into the clutches of K. Edward Singer of Covenant, a top-secret national security facility whose mission is to investigate threats of extraterrestrial attacks. And their facility is disguised as a cement factory. Singer is aware of the aliens' attempts to communicate with Gonzo and feels that Gonzo is the key to convincing his superiors that aliens do in fact exist. Gonzo and Rizzo are kidnapped by Agent Barker and taken to the Covenant headquarters. Rizzo's shenanigans cause him to be flushed down a tube by wrestling legend Hollywood Hogan, and ends up having to go through Covenant's rat training and medical facility, which is run by Dr. Tucker. Meanwhile, Miss Piggy, who has interrogated Barker, gets Kermit, Fozzie, Pepe, and Animal to go with her to rescue Gonzo and Rizzo from Covenant using inventions from Bunsen and Beaker, such as a door in a jar, a rubber duck that emits a temporary invisibility spray, and mind control gas. When an alien channeling his voice through a sandwich asks Gonzo where the alien ship can land, Gonzo suggests a beach named Cape Doom, unaware that Singer's assistant, Agent Rentro, is nearby listening. The gang arrives at the military base to rescue Gonzo and Rizzo, and they use the invisibility spray. But when Fozzie washes his hands after exiting the restroom, it washes off, attracting the attention of a female guard who Animal chases away. Rizzo is able to free Gonzo from the dissection table while the other rats attack Dr. Phil Van Neuter, which is witnessed by Senior and General Luft. Luft feels that his time has been wasted and angrily leaves. Upon discovering from Rentro that Gonzo is heading for Cape Doom, Senior prepares the subatomic neutro destabilizer to use on the aliens. Rentro tells Senior that his car has been impounded because of unpaid parking tickets, so they decide to use the company car, a cement truck. The Muppets rescue Gonzo and head to Cape Doom, where a crowd of alien-happy spectators await their arrival. After an hour-long wait, the ship finally arrives on Earth, and the aliens, who all resemble Gonzo, explain to him that many years ago they lost him, but they are there to welcome him back into their family. Senior shows up and attempts to kill the aliens, ultimately failing to do so since Rentro removed the weapon's battery and is laughed at as a result. Gonzo contemplates going into space with his long-lost family, but ultimately decides to stay with the Muppets instead, with his family's blessing. Senior is then invited by the aliens to join them, and he leaves as Earth's ambassador into outer space. Our movie comes to its conclusion with the Muppets watching the stars from the rooftop, and Gonzo tells Kermit that he wonders why his family asked him to build a jacuzzi, and Pepe and Rizzo look at each other and chuckle because they had pretended to be aliens earlier in the film and made that request of Gonzo. Okay, like I said, this film is only slightly better than Muppet Treasure Island, because this one at least I have watched on multiple occasions, and for the most part I can get through it without being bored. It's not a great film by any means, but at least I can watch it and not be bored. It does have not one, but two former WCW World Heavyweight Champions in it, in David Arquette and Hollywood Hogan. Granted, at the time of the movie, Arquette had not yet become champion. That wouldn't come until the year 2000 in the promotion of Ready to Rumble. But Hogan already a multi-time champion. Kathy Griffin, F. Murray Abraham. You know, there's some solid cameos and supporting actors in this one. But where this movie falters the most for me is that there are no Muppet songs in the film. All the music in the film is basically standard soundtrack. It's Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's Kool and the Gang. It's the Commodores. It's James Brown. It's not the Muppets. And that's one of the things that really endears myself and a lot of Muppet fans to the Muppet movies is the music that the Muppets perform. There's none of that here. And it really hurts the film, in my opinion. Because, again, that's part of what endears me to Muppet movies. I do like the cameo from Hollywood Hogan, where he basically cuts a full-on, in-character heel promo to the camera. You can even see Jeffrey Tambor's character looking in the direction that Hogan is looking, like, what are you talking to, as he's cutting this promo? Hilarious. The other cameo I really like is Katie Holmes and Joshua Jackson, who reprise their characters from Dawson's Creek within the film. So I think that was a nice little interculture tie-in, bringing the Dawson's Creek characters into the realm of the Muppetverse. I think that's a nice little way to tie them in there. I never watched Dawson's Creek, never cared for Dawson's Creek, but I get the joke, especially since they reference Dawson in their appearance. I just thought that was a nice little way to include what was really popular at the time into the film. But that being said, when it comes to my rating of this film, I give it 1.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, only slightly better than Muppet Treasure Island. And honestly, the only things that really save it for me are David Arquette, Hollywood Hogan, Joshua Jackson, Katie Holmes. That's about it. The music is just horrid in this film, being the fact that it's not Muppets music. I have nothing against the songs that they used in their own rights, but in the confines of a Muppet movie, it just loses me. What do you guys think out there? Those of you that have seen Muppets from Space, let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts over here. If you're watching later on in the day on demand, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Whatever you do, though, when you get out there on social media, let's try to get those hashtags trending. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag Statboy Approved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you guys get out there. Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network. All the official merchandise of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Get you your Renegade JJ Williams shirt, Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag Statboy Approved, hashtag Shenanigans. Get you your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network, 3 different designs of the Jeff Meacham Network logo for you to choose from, along with Talk Wrestling, Meachamania, so much more. Get out there, show your support. While you're showing your support, do what that ticker tells you to do. If you enjoy my content, my daily videos, go to that PayPal, send me a few bucks as a donation. Keep in mind, I'm not monetized yet, so the only way I'm going to make any money is if you guys out there go to that link and send me a few bucks as a thank you, little show of support for all my hard work that I do here on a daily to provide you guys with content on a regular basis. If you don't want to send money, but you still want to show me some support, go to the Linktree link that scrolls along the bottom of the screen here. Click on the link for my Amazon movie wish list, select a movie. When it comes in the mail, I'll open it up live on Renegade Recap, give you guys a shout out and a thank you live on the air. And likewise, when I factor it into one of my theme months and I can sit down, watch it, review it, I'll give you guys another shout out. And I'll show you guys the same amount of love and support that you guys show to me. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when we take a look at the first theatrical Muppet film under the Disney ownership, 2011's The Muppets, starring all your regular favorite Muppet performers, as well as Amy Adams and Jason Segel. You're not going to want to miss out tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when we take a look at the relaunch, the reboot, the reintroduction of the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational gang, the Muppets. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there that have been tuning in, watching the premiere, leaving your thoughts and comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Likewise, all my loyal fans and viewers tuning in a little bit later in the day, watching on demand, leaving your thoughts and comments down here. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all my loyal fans and viewers that tune in on a regular basis, watch the show, show me that love and support. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.